I prepared for a big surprise. I mean, you all who are watching me now. I've started writing a book. It's not really a book, but it is a collection of my rambling once in a while, once in a blue moon, and it happens very often. And I decided to put it in Kindle, but there's no one to buy it because maybe I did not put in the right place. Because people don't want to read, they want to listen. So तपाईँहरूको शान्तिको लागि मैले लेखेको कुरा म पढेर सुनाइदिन्छु so that that might entice you to buy the book and read all the articles which I've compiled in the span of some 1 year, I should say, maybe a little more than that. So it's on the millions from a bottle. The world has become a different place, and you can make money from everywhere. And you don't know, I don't know, but they know it. And you know what? They are the kids. They shall rule the future. So, to start with, this relates to my son and me. It so happened that one fine day, while trying to teach some basic math to my son, I realized that the best teacher he can have is the teacher in his mind. Maybe he's too young to understand in his early teens that he might need to work hard to entice the teacher in his mind to be a little more proactive than reactive. The problem with most of our mindset, including my little boy, is how gray matter starts to wander in small flashes of random thoughts, leading to a little blurry vision, returning a capacity for a bigger interpretation of the world, I should say. Here, I'm not saying that you might need to meditate to sharpen your focus. Instead, split the problems into pieces good enough to create clarity with the tiny details. To simplify it further, I may ask you to count from 1 to 100. Start counting from 1 to 100, press 2. You do it. But if I start, if I ask you counting from 100 to 1, it gets a bit difficult. And if I tell you to count all the even numbers or odd numbers in the same fashion, it might wreck your nerves doing things that odd way, really odd way. You may think it's as good as walking your feet upside down or backwards, but these little tricks can trigger your adrenaline, a pretty difficult word, and a surge in the blood pressure too. And the mundane mathematics like this may train your mind to think more rationally at the end of the day. My son is yet to complete his fractions and ratio. I could see the blush while trying to be more rational. He was getting a little more fidgety. Instead of simplifying the problem into smaller bits, he was resolving it in bigger lumps. That's what we do normally. That reminds me of one very incident a few years back on a little ride at Riverside, little far from my place, Riverside Spring Resort. As we were getting ready for a dip in the pool, swimming pool, I mean, to my surprise, I could see my son even more aggressive and ready for a dive till I asked him if he could swim at all. But now he knows swimming. He's become grown big. That time he was hardly 4. Now it's almost 13. So, and the bigger riddle came. Few months back, as he said, he wanted to be a billionaire. With his brilliant idea, I could see the eureka moment for all of us in a flash to have a bottling plant packaging the very fresh air out of Mount Everest for a sale worldwide. The idea looked quite promising, and the lump of mathematical equation of climbing, establishing, processing, and bottling the very fresh air for sale may have created a huge public outcry from all oxygen rejuvenating bar and spa worldwide. The fresh air bottled from Mount Everest can be a new venture on our long unfinished dream projects, which can happen anytime soon. All the people out there, get ready to get refreshed from a sort of rejuvenating oxygen from the top of the world. A more complicated math riddle out of my son's basic math. The riddle and adrenaline surge and the hike in our blood pressure curve must have given you all a bigger insight for a very promising equation, an investment opportunity in Nepal, a shift from water power to air power, soon to attract a big incentive on FDI and sure boost on tourism industry. How do you like this idea on millions from a bottle? Pump here and relax, but make it a point to sell it to the ones who do not have access to pure oxygen. Take care. Bye bye.